When Hollywood's golden duo meets authentic mastery, legends are redefined forever. What you're about to witness is the moment when movie star chemistry encountered something so real it changed how an entire industry understood capability. This isn't just another behind-the-scenes story. This is the day two icons discovered what authentic partnership actually looked like. Subscribe to see more explosive moments when manufactured perfection met natural genius. What happens when Hollywood's most famous duo challenges a master performer? In 1969, Redford and Paul Newman were filming the greatest buddy movie ever made. But when they dismissed variety performers as entertainers playing at being authentic, they encountered someone who redefined what authentic partnership actually meant. This is the legendary story of how one demonstration changed Hollywood forever. August 1969. The Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid set in Utah was experiencing the kind of magical chemistry that creates cinema history. Robert Redford, at 33, was emerging as Hollywood's golden boy, while Paul Newman, at 44, was the established king of cool masculinity. Their on-screen partnership was electric, their off-screen friendship genuine, and their combined star power was reshaping how Hollywood understood leading man dynamics. They represented the perfect synthesis of talent, charisma, and authentic masculine chemistry. Bobby and Paul had something special, recalled director George Roy Hill. They challenged each other, supported each other, and created this competitive friendship that translated beautifully on camera. They believed their partnership represented the pinnacle of authentic screen chemistry. This confidence in their partnership dynamics would lead to one of the most educational encounters in Hollywood history. The setting was a lunch break during the filming of the famous train robbery sequence. The cast and crew were relaxing between takes when conversation turned to different approaches to screen authenticity and what made certain partnerships work while others failed. Sammy Davis Jr. was visiting the set as a guest of the studio, exploring potential collaboration opportunities with the film's production company. But to Redford and Newman, Sammy represented something they viewed as fundamentally different from their approach to authentic screen partnership. Bobby and Paul made it clear that they saw variety performers as operating in a different category. Remembered actor George Firth, who witnessed the encounter. They believed authentic screen chemistry required the kind of natural masculine partnership that couldn't be performed or manufactured. The tension developed during a discussion about what made certain performance partnerships legendary, when Redford decided to articulate his views about authentic chemistry versus entertainment performance. The problem with variety act partnerships, Redford announced to the assembled group, his voice carrying the confidence of someone whose recent success validated his understanding of screen dynamics, is that they approach partnership as performance rather than genuine connection. Real chemistry can't be faked. It either exists naturally or it doesn't. It was a calculated observation designed to distinguish between manufactured entertainment partnerships and the authentic connection that he and Newman had developed through their natural compatibility and mutual respect. Newman nodded in agreement, adding his own perspective on what made their partnership special. "Bobby's right," Newman said with the authority of someone whose dramatic credentials were unquestioned. Authentic partnership requires genuine mutual respect and natural chemistry. Most entertainment partnerships are just skilled performers doing professional teamwork, but real chemistry transcends professional collaboration. Sammy looked up from his conversation with script supervisor Meta Rebner, recognizing the implicit challenge but maintaining the diplomatic composure that characterized his approach to all professional interactions, especially with established film stars. "That's a fascinating perspective on partnership dynamics," Sammy replied with genuine interest. "What do you think distinguishes authentic chemistry from professional collaboration?" The question was asked with thoughtful engagement rather than defensiveness, which caught both actors off guard. They had expected either deference to their established chemistry or defensive justification of entertainment partnerships. "Natural compatibility," Redford replied, warming to his favorite subject. "When two performers genuinely understand each other, support each other's strengths, and can anticipate each other's moves, That creates chemistry that can't be imitated through technical skill or professional training. Newman added his own analysis. It's about trust and mutual respect that extends beyond professional requirements. Most entertainment partnerships function well on stage or screen, but authentic chemistry means the partnership would work in any situation, not just performance contexts. Sammy nodded thoughtfully, as if receiving valuable educational information about the distinction between different approaches to partnership dynamics and collaborative performance. So you're saying that genuine partnership chemistry should be measured by natural compatibility rather than the effectiveness of the collaborative results? Sammy asked. Exactly, Redford confirmed. Anyone can learn to work professionally with a partner, but real chemistry requires natural understanding that can't be taught or systematically developed. The explanation was delivered with the conviction of someone whose career success with Newman validated his theoretical approach to partnership dynamics. That makes sense from a natural compatibility perspective, Sammy agreed. Very logical framework for distinguishing between different approaches to collaborative performance. He maintained his respectful expression while continuing. Though I wonder if there might be different definitions of what partnership that works in any situation actually looks like when it's tested under practical conditions. Redford and Newman exchanged glances, recognizing that this conversation was moving toward territory where they could demonstrate the superiority of their natural chemistry through direct comparison with professional entertainment partnership. What kind of practical conditions? Newman asked, though his tone indicated confidence that authentic chemistry would prove superior to whatever professional collaborations Sammy might demonstrate. Complete partnership test, Sammy said simply. Since you mentioned the importance of natural chemistry that transcends performance contexts, perhaps we should explore what authentic partnership looks like when it's required to function under pressure. The suggestion created immediate interest among the cast and crew, who recognized that they were about to witness either a confirmation of Redford-Newman chemistry superiority or a discovery that would challenge fundamental assumptions about what made partnerships legendary. But what no one expected was that Sammy would suggest they demonstrate partnership dynamics through the very Western skills that the film was celebrating. Quick-draw capability that required not just individual competence but coordinated teamwork under pressure. Partnership gunfight demonstration? Redford asked, intrigued by the opportunity to showcase their natural chemistry in the context of the Western skills that Butch Cassidy was celebrating. Coordinated quick-draw, Sammy confirmed. Since Western partnerships require absolute trust and natural anticipation of your partner's capabilities, it should provide an excellent test of authentic chemistry versus professional collaboration. George Roy Hill, recognizing the potential entertainment value and educational opportunity, volunteered to oversee the demonstration using the same timing equipment and safety protocols that governed the film's action sequences. We'll test partnership chemistry through coordinated Western capability, Hill announced. Natural compatibility against professional collaboration, measured through synchronized performance under pressure. Redford and Newman prepared for the demonstration with the systematic confidence that came from their natural understanding of each other's rhythms and capabilities. Their approach wasn't just about individual skill, it was about the coordinated chemistry that made their partnership special. Real partnership means knowing exactly what your partner will do before they do it, Redford explained to the assembled observers as they prepared. Bobby and I have developed natural timing that can't be learned or imitated. We genuinely anticipate each other's moves. Newman added his own analysis of their chemistry. It's about trust that goes beyond professional requirements. When you have authentic partnership, you don't need to discuss coordination. It happens naturally through mutual understanding. Their preparation demonstrated the genuine chemistry that had made their screen partnership legendary. They moved together naturally, anticipated each other's positioning, and created coordinated capability that reflected months of working together and genuine mutual respect. Sammy watched their preparation with respectful interest, but made no move to demonstrate similar partnership preparation or coordinate with any specific partner. He remained in his characteristic relaxed posture, looking like someone observing an educational demonstration rather than preparing to participate in partnership competition. "Who's your partner?" Newman asked, noting that Sammy appeared to be preparing for individual rather than coordinated demonstration. "I'll manage," Sammy replied, adjusting his cufflinks with casual attention. Redford looked puzzled. "But this is a partnership test. You need someone to coordinate with." "Different approach," Sammy said with characteristic understatement. The response created curiosity among the observers, who were trying to understand how partnership chemistry could be demonstrated through individual performance rather than coordinated collaboration. "Ready?" Hill called, though he was also puzzled by how the demonstration would proceed without clear partnership matching. Redford and Newman took their positions with the natural chemistry that characterized their approach to all collaborative work. They were perfectly synchronized, completely coordinated, and genuinely confident in their mutual capabilities. Sammy remained in his unchanged casual position, showing no signs of partnership coordination, but somehow creating the impression that he understood exactly what the demonstration required. "Draw!" Hill commanded. What Happened Next created one of the most revolutionary moments in Hollywood history and established a new understanding of what authentic capability looked like when it transcended partnership categories and operated according to principles that challenged fundamental assumptions about collaboration and teamwork. Redford and Newman's coordinated draw was cinematically perfect, naturally synchronized, and genuinely impressive. Their partnership chemistry produced exactly the kind of coordinated Western capability that validated their understanding of authentic collaboration and natural compatibility. But Sammy Davis Jr. had somehow demonstrated partnership capability that appeared to involve multiple participants despite his being completely alone, creating coordinated effects that seemed to require teamwork while operating through individual mastery that transcended partnership categories entirely. The timing was impossible. 0.06 seconds of coordinated precision that exceeded anything the film's professional stunt coordinators had ever measured, accomplished through what appeared to be simultaneous individual and collaborative capability that belonged in the realm of supernatural achievement rather than partnership dynamics. Redford and Newman stood frozen, their own coordinated draw still in progress, staring at Sammy with expressions of complete bewilderment. They had just witnessed partnership capability that made their natural chemistry look like amateur-level coordination by comparison. The assembled cast and crew remained silent, trying to process what they had witnessed. This wasn't just superior partnership, it was capability that challenged fundamental assumptions about what collaboration could achieve when it operated beyond traditional categories. How? Redford finally managed, his voice carrying the confusion of someone whose understanding of partnership dynamics had just encountered something that exceeded every framework he possessed. Sammy's response revealed not just superior capability but understanding of collaboration that existed beyond traditional partnership categories. "Different kind of chemistry," Sammy said with characteristic diplomatic understatement. But Newman's analytical mind was struggling to process the implications of what had happened from both professional and theoretical perspectives. Everything they understood about partnership, chemistry, and collaborative capability had just encountered evidence that transcended partnership requirements entirely. "I don't understand," Newman said finally. "Everything we know about authentic partnership, natural chemistry, coordinated teamwork, none of it explains what you just demonstrated. How do you create partnership effects without a partner?" Sammy's explanation revealed the difference between authentic partnership within traditional categories and capability that transcended partnership requirements entirely. "Paul, Bobby, you represent something genuinely valuable," Sammy said with sincere respect. "Your natural chemistry, authentic partnership dynamics, mutual understanding, all of that creates real value and produces legitimate collaborative results." He gestured toward their coordinated preparation and natural chemistry. "But what I'm demonstrating operates beyond partnership categories. It's not about having better chemistry or different collaboration. It's about capability that includes partnership effects without requiring traditional partnership structure." Redford and Newman listened with the fascination of actors discovering that partnership contained dimensions they had never previously considered. "You're saying that there are forms of authentic capability that don't require traditional partnership?" Redford asked. I'm saying that some capabilities include collaboration effects while transcending collaboration requirements, Sammy replied. They're not better partnerships. They just operate according to different principles that make partnership categories irrelevant rather than essential. The conversation that followed revealed both actors' growing understanding that their authentic chemistry, while genuine and valuable, represented one approach among many to achieving collaborative effectiveness. Sammy, Redford said finally, his voice carrying a humility that was completely uncharacteristic for Hollywood's emerging golden boy. Yeah, Bobby. I think we need to reconsider what partnership capability actually means, Redford said. Because what you demonstrated suggests that authentic collaboration might operate beyond traditional partnership categories entirely. Newman nodded in agreement. We were so focused on defending our natural chemistry that we didn't consider that authentic capability might transcend the need for chemistry entirely. Sammy accepted their acknowledgement with characteristic grace, though his expression showed genuine appreciation for their willingness to expand their understanding of collaborative capability. Different approaches serve different purposes, Sammy replied. Natural chemistry produces genuine partnership that serves collaborative purposes effectively. What happened here doesn't diminish that. It just shows that capability can take forms that exceed traditional categories. The encounter transformed how both actors approached subsequent collaborative projects and their understanding of what authentic partnership meant when it extended beyond natural chemistry into capability that operated independently of traditional collaboration requirements. George Roy Hill, who had directed both actors through their legendary partnership, was visibly amazed by what he had witnessed. What I saw that day changed how I thought about directing collaborative scenes, Hill reflected years later. Bobby and Paul had genuine chemistry, but Sammy showed us that authentic capability could create collaborative effects that exceeded anything traditional partnership could achieve. The demonstration became legendary among Butch Cassidy cast and crew as an example of how authentic mastery could transcend partnership categories, while enhancing appreciation for the genuine chemistry that made traditional collaborations valuable. Years later, when both Redford and Newman were asked about the most important lesson of their partnership, they would often reference that afternoon on the Utah set as the day they learned that authentic capability could operate beyond traditional categories, while making their own chemistry more meaningful through contrast. Sammy taught us that partnership chemistry is valuable, but it's not the only path to collaborative effectiveness, Redford explained during an interview in the 1980s. Understanding that actually made our partnership stronger because we stopped trying to prove it was the only authentic approach and started appreciating it as one valuable approach among many. The encounter influenced both actors' selection of subsequent collaborative projects, leading them toward partnerships that emphasized natural compatibility while respecting capabilities that existed beyond traditional chemistry requirements. The 0.06 seconds had lasted only an instant, but the humility it created would influence both actors' approach to collaboration for decades, proving that authentic partnership could be enhanced rather than threatened by encountering capabilities that transcended partnership categories entirely. Hollywood's most famous duo had learned that real chemistry wasn't about defending their particular approach to collaboration. It was about recognizing authentic capability wherever it appeared, and understanding that the strongest partnerships were those confident enough to appreciate excellence that operated beyond traditional partnership boundaries. The Butch Cassidy demonstration had begun with Redford and Newman explaining why their natural chemistry was superior to entertainment partnerships, and ended with both actors understanding that authentic capability could enhance their appreciation for genuine chemistry by showing them possibilities they had never previously imagined.